More news, rumors and opinions, Thursday p.m. May 23, 2024. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. KTFA, Claire. Sudanese calls on the private industrial sector to invest in raw materials available in Iraq. May 23, 2024, Tuesday, Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani called on the Iraqi private industrial sector to invest in the raw materials available in the country. This came during the launch, in Najaf Governorate, today, of the executive works on the Iraqi DR glass factory project. The project is the first to be implemented in accordance with the sovereign guarantees approved in the budget, and in cooperation between the Trade Bank of Iraq, TBI, and the German Export Bank. It also represents the most important forms of cooperation between Iraq and Germany, the foundations of which were laid during His Excellency's visit to the German capital, Berlin. Al-Sudani stated that this factory is being implemented in an industrial city by an investor who is responsible for providing all services. The industrial city is also preparing to embrace industrialists and provide land and services, which is a feature that we aspire to be implemented in all governorates. He pointed to the new project, which is the first to produce glass, with a capacity of 800 tons per day, which means 25% of the local market's need. The factory will rely on silica available in Iraq, stressing the availability of many raw materials that have not been invested. He also directed the necessity of implementation according to the plan and schedule. Timeline. The Prime Minister affirmed the government's support for the private sector, and the provision of guarantees for all priority projects, especially the housing and construction sector, which represents a large demand for construction materials, indicating the country's need to triple the existing factories for coverage. Al-Sudani called on the serious private sector to invest in this important opportunity, as the government continues to remove obstacles and bureaucracy, as this path will provide real job opportunities. And larger industries will settle in this city and other industrial cities. Hi KTFA family. Does this represent the first project to start from the 2024 budget schedules? Emo, it sure reads like that. On Wednesday's CC. Frank asked if we could produce an article that showed the new sovereign guaranteed contracts at work from the 2024 budget schedules. If I am not mistaken, this looks like the first. Am I wrong on this, my opinion mistaken? Please anyone that has an opinion or can clarify this article's meaning. Other than the very clear and obvious words in it, we should see something soon. Thanks Claire for this. Thank you kindly, the Big Bopper. Claire, it's a great article, very telling. Sudani is getting it done. He is a great leader for Iraq Emo. The project is the first to be implemented in accordance with the sovereign guarantees approved in the budget. That's exactly what it says. Claire, Al-Sudani, we will not let the project stop in any governorate, and their completion will change the economic and social reality. May 23, 2024, Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani stressed today, Thursday, that we will not let the project stop in any governorate, indicating that their completion will change the economic and social reality of the governorate. The media office of the Prime Minister stated, in a statement received by Al-Farat News, that al-Sudani chaired, in the Najaf Governorate building, a meeting of directors and officials of service departments and formations, during which the reality of services in the governorate was reviewed, and the most prominent problems and obstacles facing the progress of implementation of service projects. He stressed that the government kept in mind the citizens' entitlements when preparing the government program, and made the necessary basic services among the most important priorities, especially the lagging and stalled infrastructure projects related to the health, education, and other sectors, due to the conditions of war, terrorism, and instability. He explained that there is pressure on services and infrastructure in all sectors in the governorate, for various reasons, the most important of which is the delegations of visitors to Najaf al-Ashraf. The Prime Minister said during the meeting, "We look at services starting from the perspective of lagging projects, some of which date back to 2008, such as the treatment plant project, pointing out that the continuation of lagging projects causes collapses and changes in prices that burden the state." He added, the federal government and local governments form one team, noting that the voter for local governments is awaiting the results of his participation in the elections. He continued, "Our visit aims to develop solutions to the problems, and we do not want to repeat the same excuses after a month or two, adding, "We are following up on the smallest details and developing solutions, and we have allocated financial allocations, but we are governed by a budget and allocations, and the ability to spend these allocations." He added, "We will not let the project stop in any governorate, and the completion of the projects will change the economic and social reality of the governorate," adding, "Some text goes here. Visitors to the old city come from all over the world, and the level of services in the governorate is measured in light of what is available in this area of the city. Some text goes here." He pointed out that investing in Najaf governorate is necessary to develop the industrial city and complete it in various aspects, calling on businessmen to invest sovereign guarantees to establish agricultural and industrial projects. He stated that the indicators of the agricultural season confirm the growth in production, and 5 trillion dinars have been allocated to pay the dues of farmers, and Iraq is on the path to achieving self-sufficiency in basic crops. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon.